Well, hi there, everybody. We are up against the National Taiwan University of Sport today. This is one of those teams that starts off in the second tier and can move up to the very top from time to time based on the whims of Football Manager. Just so happens that they're playing well this season so far. They're in third place, which probably tells you not necessarily many good things about them, but more about how bad the rest of the league really is. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't think it's going to last necessarily that long. Their players are not all grayed out, which is nice because it means we can go buy them, buy the players from them, and bring them onto our team. Silla over to Zhenjian Liang, and this is forward looking for Tsai Xiangwei, and he can't quite get there in time. And so we got to go back and win the ball in the back again, and that's the end of the highlight. We're looking okay so far, and as you saw in yesterday's video, we've basically turned this into a build a nation save with Taiwan, kind of an odd thing. I still don't think that we can necessarily win a Champions League from Mars FC, but it might be worth giving it a try. First, though, we need to be able to beat NTUS, and I'm not sure that letting them have the ball for this long is going to help us beat them. We need to get in front and we need to get that ball. This is a pretty good crowd, by the way, as I'm looking up. Menegon wins this finally over to Silla. Now, it's kind of a silly thing, right, to think about a university squad being able to play with the big boys, and we definitely count as the big boys here. I mean, that might actually be realistic. I don't know. I honestly don't know much about the football culture of Taiwan in real life. As I said, my wife, who's from there, was surprised to find out that there was any professional league in Taiwan, which should give you an idea. Wu Shengjie knocks us forward looking for Silla. It's not exactly the sort of offensive attack we want, but fortunately they knock it straight to Chen Jianliang. He passes back to Chen Chengju. Chen Chengju getting another somewhat rare start over to Tsai Xiangwei. Tsai Xiangwei knocks us back to Chen Chengju, so that's not really what we wanted to see. It's forward now to Ling Guanda. Ling Guanda is harassed from behind, but gets a pass off to Menegong and wins it again after we lose it, and then tries a shot and ends up with nothing. And Nene is left running after the ball, trying to capture it. The crowd that we see here, I think that might be our supporters. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a corner. Cotter Bomba is unable to get in front of that one, and that's out for another goal kick. But Bomba, of course, in very, very good position, and that's what we like to see. So 0-0 remains. We're playing okay here. It could be better. Here's Chen Chengju again down to Chen Jianliang. And he's looking across at Tsai Xiangwei, ends up with Silla, and then to Nene, and that is deflected and knocked up and out. So that'll be another corner for us. We're going to go, looks like near post again. These are the most simple corner routines I could come up with, and Bomba just misses scoring. That's just off the top crossbar and ends up not going in. Yeah, it's about as simple as you can think of. I mean, we have three guys basically attacking on the corner, and we either have three on the near post or three on the far post, and that's how they work, and they kind of alternate between the two. That's it. That's all there is to it. Nene over to Menegong, back to Ndaye, over to Nene again. He's behind the defense just like that. Didn't have to do much of anything at all, and he scored. That's number 16 of the season for Nene, and it's 1-0 for Mars FC. And so we've gone ahead again, and that's kind of a key here. After that Athletic Club Taipei match the other day, it was the day before yesterday, we wanted to make sure that we came out with all cylinders blazing out of the gates here, and that's what we've done. We don't like to draw, we like to win, and we want to win more matches. We want to win as many matches as we possibly can. This ball is knocked forward looking for, I think it's Ocherwei, who's our former player, who's somehow found himself onto this club. Tsai Xiangwei wins this over to Chen Jianliang. The nice thing about having a bunch of semi-pro clubs in Taiwan, of course, is that you get a lot of players for free, and it's Liu Chun who has the shot, but Wu Shengjie is able to prevent that from going in, which is good for him, and that's a good start for us. Bomba passes to Chen Chengju, down to Chen Jianliang, and it's a poor pass. It's intercepted, but Ndaye intercepts on the other side, and Ling Guanda passes back to Wu Shengjie. We try this again over to Hong Yiming. We're about 38 minutes or so into the match. Menegong brings us up right side over to Nene, and Menegong wins us back, almost lost it. And Dai now with the ball back to Hong Yiming, over to Silla to Ling Guanda, and they're looking for Nene, and he gets it, and he's got two guys on him, and he still manages to get a shot off, which is kind of miraculous. So you can see we're getting everybody into the action. That was a great pass by Ling Guanda, and I can't believe that Nene is able to get around both of those guys and get a shot off. I mean, that's just pure will. So everybody looks like they're having a pretty good match so far, and we're doing a good job sharing the wealth. Here's Ling Guanda passing forward to Silla. Silla is behind the defense, and what was that? So Silla doesn't quite know where the goal is, unfortunately. That was not one of the best shots I've ever seen him take. Menagong here with a free kick looking for Chen Chengju and can't quite find him. And so now we get to defend once again. And we have to get this ball back off of them. Chen Chengju tries and fails. Well, let's see what we can do. We're pretty good at sort of moseying our way over in front of them slowly, but we're not very good at being direct about trying to get that ball off of them, and that has led to a shot that has led to a corner. So we have to defend this corner now. Nene is able to defend it, and instead of bringing it down, he decides to head it back to the attacking player, which is kind of a foolish thing to do. And Dai heads this over looking for Nene, and Nene is looking a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish here today. Ling Guanda wins this header over to Silla, back to Nene. That looked a little bit better. Over to Dai, down to Chen Chengju. And now we take a step back, and there's a pass forward for Tsai Xiangwei. He's got that one easily, and he's going to cross this. Silla will be right there, and he scores after their keeper sort of pops that one up, and it's 2-0 for Mars FC right before the half. And that's a good goal for us. That's a good team effort, I would say, and that makes this a little bit easier for us moving forward. I mean, we want to make sure that we win. We want to try to win by a big margin, and it would be nice to have a margin more than 1-0, and I think that we've proven that we can do that here. So let's see if we can keep this up, go into the second half, score a couple more goals, and make ourselves feel just a little bit better about what we've done so far. Looking through the team, no real poor performances to speak of, so we'll go ahead and just launch straight into the second half and see if we can't score a couple more. Chen Jianliang wins this over to Ling Guanda. That's the end of the highlight. How about that? So now we'll see what happens afterwards. Once we get another highlight, here's Menagong with a free kick, and that's almost in. Chang Jiaoan has to make a really good save of that one. So Menagong denied once more. He's been denied quite a few times here over the last couple of matches from those free kicks. And he's kind of our secret weapon when he gets that. Hong Yiming tried to head that to Nene, who sort of stood there looking like he was half asleep. Menagong now wins this, Dendai back to Menagong, and there's Nene. Nene down to Menagong. And he's got a couple potential guys to cross it to, but he's dispossessed quite easily, and we need to get back and get this ball off of them again. Menagong tries to win the tackle, doesn't quite do so, and then is out of position here as the cross comes in, and they have another cross. It's Ocher Wei, who's always dangerous, and he does have a shot in the end, but Wu Xiangjie, fortunately, is just standing in the right place, and it kind of ricochets off of him. I think it's off of his knees or something like that. And there's the corner, and that is headed out by Bamba, but it's not out far enough. Silla now heads this out, and it also is not quite as far as we would like it to be. And so we have to scramble a little bit. Now they have a throw. I'm surprised that they didn't show a highlight of what I thought was a clear-cut chance, but Sports Interactive Football Manager makes some pretty odd decisions from time to time. Liu Chun is almost certainly offside here, and they have called him for being offside. So I see I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at being able to spot and see when it's good and when it's bad. Here's Menagong with the shot again, and that was not very good. So we'll have the end of that highlight, and now we have to defend against this corner. Do we take Cotter Bamba off or not? Probably not, since we just gave up a goal. Yang Qinghua has scored. That's his first ever goal for NTUS, and Wu Xiangjie here punches instead of grabbing the ball in, and that's what set this up. I mean, there's no way he can save that shot, though, and that was kind of a fortunate shot for the kid who kicked it, because that was off the top crossbar. Here's Nene with a shot from a free kick, and that almost was won in the air. And that would have been another goal for us if we had won that one. So it's 2-1 now for Mars FC. As I said before, we don't like these 1-goal margins of victory. We want to win by 2 or more if we possibly can. We want to dominate. We don't want to win just by a small amount. Tsai Xiangwei's been injured. There's Ndaye, who tries for a kick and ends up with a winning us a corner. Tsai Xiangwei's going to come off. Who are we going to put on for him? I think we're going to put Hong Guanda on for him. Cotter Bomba will come off as well. I think it's about time, and we'll put Ye Yue on, and we'll leave it at that for the time being, and see what we can do here. Last 8 minutes or so of this match. Of course, the changes that we made just made it so that we ended the highlights, so much for that. Let's see what we can do. Chen Chengju wins this, but just for a second, then Wu Xiangjie is able to gather up the shot. So it's going to be a little bit rough here going down the stretch. Let's see how these new guys can do as we put them on the pitch. Hong Yiming, I know, looks like he needs to come off as well. We had 4 minutes of added time. We're in the 96th minute, so go figure that one out. I'm guessing that there was some sort of injury later on or something like that. It's always hard to tell. And that is the final whistle. So we do win this in the end 2-1. Kind of an ugly win for us. 2.64 is the XG. We should have probably scored more than just 2 goals, and we had 60% of the possession. But they did have a pretty good offensive attack. And so this is a good team that we faced. I think we should feel proud of ourselves for winning this one. Wu Xiangjie had a 6.4 rating, which is bad. So that'll let you know just how good they were. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.